أهلا بكم. في الفيديو ده Algebra Secondary 3 ومور examples ومور ideas on cubic roots of unity. Example: find the solution set of the following equation where x belongs to c. طبعا c is a set of complex number. 3x minus 2 all power 6 minus 9 times 3x minus 2 all power 3 plus 8 equals 0. Assume the bracket 3x minus 2 is y. Therefore, the equation is y power 6 minus 9y power 3 plus 8 equals 0. عندي 3 terms هقدر أعملها factorization زي أي second degree trinomial. y power 6 هعملها factorization ل y power 3 times y power 3 هيبقى البراكت power 3. ال 8 is 8 times 1 وعندي هنا positive sign. الساينز في التو brackets هياخدوا sign of the middle term اللي هي negative sign، فهيبقى عندي negative 8 و negative 1 والfirst term في كل bracket is 3x minus 2 power 3. الكلام ده equal 0. الكلام ده هيديني two equations. الفirst equation 3x minus 2 power 3 minus 8 equal 0. Therefore 3x minus 2 power 3 equals 8 ودي الفirst equation والsecond bracket equal 0 ده هيديني second equation. Start by the first equation. 3x minus 2 power 3 equals 8. Take the cubic root of both sides. Cubic root of the bracket power 3. Cubic root cancel power 3 فهيبقى 3x minus 2 equals cubic root of 8. Cubic root of 8 is 2 و cubic roots of 1 are 1 omega and omega square. Therefore the cubic roots of 8 are 2 omega and 2 omega square. ده هيديني 3 equations. 3x minus 2 equals 2 3x minus 2 equals 2 omega و 3x minus 2 equals 2 omega square. أول equation 3x minus 2 equals 2. Move 2 to the other side and divide by 3. Therefore x equals 4 over 3. A second equation 3x minus 2 equals 2 omega. Move 2 to the other side and divide by 3. Therefore x equals 2 omega plus 2 over 3. من addition property omega plus 1 is negative omega square. Therefore 2 omega plus 2 is negative 2 omega square. Therefore x equals negative 2 omega square over 3. Third equation 3x minus 2 equals 2 omega square. Move 2 to the other side and divide by 3. Therefore x equals 2 omega square plus 2 over 3. Omega square plus 1 is negative omega. Therefore 2 omega square plus 2 is negative 2 omega. Therefore x equals negative 2 over 3 omega. ال 3 values of x دول بيدوني السوليوشن للفيرست equation اللي جت من الفيرست bracket 3x minus 2 all power 3 equals 8. السكند bracket هيديني equation تانية 3x minus 2 all power 3 minus 1 equals 0. Therefore 3x minus 2 power 3 equals 1. Take the cubic root of both sides. The cubic root cancel the cubic power. The left hand side is 3x minus 2. The right hand side cubic root of 1. The 1 has 3 cubic root 1 omega and omega square. Therefore 3x minus 2 equals 1 و 3x minus 2 equals omega and 3x minus 2 equals omega square. دول هيدوني 3 equations. Solve the 3 equation to find x. أول equation 3x minus 2 equals 1. Move the 2 to the other hand side with positive sign. يبقى 1 plus 2 is 3 over 3 is 1. Therefore x equals 1. A second equation 3x minus 2 equals omega. Move negative 2 to the other side with positive sign and divide both sides by 3. So x equals omega plus 2 over 3. Finally 3x minus 2 equals omega square. 3x minus 2 is omega square. Move the negative 2 to the other hand side with positive and divide both sides by 3. So x is omega square plus 2 over 3. Example: find sigma from r equals 0 to r equals 10 of 1 plus omega power r plus omega power 2r. عندي 3 terms وهاخد كل term لوحده للسهولة. sigma from r equals 0 to 10 of the first term 1 plus sigma from r equals 0 to 10 of omega power r second term plus sigma from r equals 0 to 10 of the third term omega power 2r. أول term sigma from r equals 0 to 10 of 1. ال1 ده constant term يعني مفهوش r، يعني ال value of 1 مش هتتغير بال value of r. يعني summation لل1 from r equals 0 to 10 هي 1 plus 1 plus 1 11 times، لأني أنا بادئة ب r equal 0 مش بادئة ب r equal 1 equals 11. السكند summation from r equals 0 to 10 start by r equals 0 omega power 0 is 1، بعدين كمل من أول 1 ل 10 omega power 1 is omega و omega power 2 omega power 3 and so on up to the last term at r equal 10 at omega power 10 plus sigma from 0 to 10 of omega power 2r. Omega power 2r start by r equal 0 is omega power 0 omega power 0 is 1 at r equal 1 هتبقى omega square و at r equal 2 هتبقى 2 times 2 is 4 هتبقى omega power 4 and so on و at r equal 10 2 times 10 is 20 finally last term is omega power 20. أنا عندي 2 series هنا، هل هي algebraic ولا geometric؟ في الفيرست series الباور هي اللي بتتغير، omega over 1 is omega و omega square over omega is omega و omega power 3 over omega square is omega. فهنا عندنا geometric series r equals omega و number of terms من omega power 1 ل omega power 10 دول 10 terms plus the first term هنا therefore n is 11. The first term a1 is 1 therefore the sum of the geometric series is a1 the first term times r power n minus 1 over r minus 1. a is 1 و r is omega و number of terms n is 11 therefore sn is 1 times r power n r is omega و number of terms is 11 يعني omega power 11 minus 1 over r minus 1 يعني over omega minus 1. نفس الشيء في السكند سيريز، طبعا هي geometric series omega square over 1 is omega square omega power 4 over omega square is omega square therefore r is omega square number of 10 is 11 the first term is 1 sn is a times r power n يعني 1 times r is omega square power n is 11 minus 1 over r minus 1 يعني over omega square minus 1. Simplify omega power 11 is omega power 9 times omega square omega power 3 is 1 therefore omega power 9 is 1 therefore omega power 11 is omega square omega power 2 power 11 multiply the exponents 2 times 11 is 22 omega power 22 is omega power 21 times omega power 21 21 is 3 times 7 omega power 21 is 1 therefore omega power 22 is omega والدينومينيتور زي ما هو equals أول ترم زي ما هو 11 تاني ترم هيبقى 1 times البراكت فهيبقى البراكت زي ما هو omega square minus 1 over omega minus 1 plus second fraction omega power 22 is omega minus 1 over omega square minus 1. Omega square minus 1 the difference of two square is square root of the first minus square root of the second و square root of the first plus square root of the second يعني omega square minus omega is square root of omega square is omega minus square root of 1 is 1 times omega plus 1 يعني omega minus 1 times omega plus 1. نفس الشيء في الدينومينيتور omega square minus 1 هتبقى difference of two square نفس الشيء omega minus 1 times omega plus 1. simplify the first fraction الدينومينيتور omega minus 1 فsimplify up and down equals omega plus 1. نفس الشيء في second fraction simplify omega minus 1 up and down يعني الدينومينيتور is omega plus 1 يعني هتبقى second fraction 1 over omega plus 1. الفيرست term زي ما هو 11 omega plus 1 is negative omega square omega plus 1 في الدينومينيتور برضو is negative omega square equals زي ما هي ال 11 minus omega square 1 over omega square is omega وعندي negative sign هيبقى minus omega negative omega square minus omega هناخد negative sign common factor equals negative omega square plus omega omega square plus omega is negative 1 وعندي negative sign negative 1 is plus 1 وfinally equals 11 plus 1 is 12.